Hello. Hi. How is everybody doing out there on this lovely Thursday afternoon? Okay. So today we're going to have a very interesting conversation. And I want you guys to hit like and share on this video. What we're going to talk about today, guys, is everybody is either doing this or some people is setting up themselves to be able to do this. And this is about making money online. All right. Making money online. This is what we want to talk about today. So I want you guys to hit like and share on this video. If you are already making money online, then that's great. You can get some tips from here as well. If you haven't started making money online, and if you was thinking about it, guys, you guys tune in. If you know anyone that's interested in this, hit like and share at the bottom of this video and get everybody involved, right? So last year, due to COVID, a lot of folks came up with a lot of different ideas, different ways that they needed to supplement monies that they were getting because of a loss of income in different areas. So a lot of folks was trying to figure out a lot of ways to to get some additional income. So what we want to talk about today is making money online, and we want to talk about how that's going to affect your taxes. So stick around so we'll hear how that works, and what's the best thing for you to sell, whether you should sell a product or whether you should sell a service. And all that depends on who you are and what it is that you love to do. So we want to talk about that today, guys. Again, Elaine Proby here, CEO PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. And let's get everybody on board with this conversation, because this is really, like I said, I just love these topics about making money, because that's the whole key here. And for those of you who were actually just doing some of this stuff as a hobby, or just as a side gig because you had a job or something else going for you. But those of you who were just doing this stuff as a side gig, online, some type of online service or online product sales, I want to talk to you guys too, because based on the information that I'm going to provide, you would now be able to turn, whether this was a side gig for you or whether it was just a hobby, you would be able to turn it into a real business. And of course, establish it to a point where you can really make a whole lot more money. It have been said that over, several trillion of dollars have been generated just by online sales, just for people doing sales online, selling services, selling products. So there's trillions and trillions of dollars. There's a huge market out there, but there's enough room for everybody. You can get, still get a piece of the pie. So if you haven't yet started an online business, guys, this is a good time to do it anyway, because a lot of folks are shopping online. And the other statistics says that a lot of folks are using their cell phones. So most people are shopping from their cell phones. They don't have to really get back to a computer or go someplace where they have to actually log in to get online. So over 50% of the folks are shopping from their cell phone. So that's another excellent way as far as doing a business online and making money online. You can actually get that process started, okay? And if it's a hobby or a side gig, like I said, turn it into a real business. We'll give you some ideas right now of the, the different ways that you can make money online, and reason how it's going to affect your taxes. So at least you'll be prepared to take care of that, okay? So, all right, let's just jump into this today, guys. We're going to have three different topics, three different points today, three different tips about making money online. And hey, Thomas Zero, thanks for jumping in here. Hey, Laverne, good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. You guys hit like and share on this video. Like I said, everybody's trying to make money online, even if it's just a hobby, a side gig. Now we want them to turn it into a real business and expound on what it is that they're already doing. So my first point today, we want to talk about either selling a product or selling a service on your online business, right? And again, this all depends. It all depends on the individual. If you haven't started this, it depends on who you are and what it is. Selling a product, of course, that is selling a tangible item. And, it's something that you can hold, someone can make use of physically. It's a physical item, and that's, the selling the products. There's different scenarios about selling products. Selling a service, of course, that is something very intangible. That's you selling your skills, you selling something that you selling your knowledge, you selling your expertise. This is selling your services. So there's two different items, of course. There's the product and there's the service side. Which one is the best? Depends on the person, right? Depends on you. Which one are you which you know you're more comfortable with. You know, if you have a great service to sell and you have great expertise and you have knowledge and something you want to share, something you can provide to people, to the public, that they are going to pay for it. And of course, if that's where your expertise is, then you want to sell a service. If you feel you're good at sales, there's two different techniques, guys. This is the key. I think I missed that part. The key is the two different techniques in whether you're going to sell a product or you're going to sell a service. So if you are great at sales and marketing and, you know, all that good stuff, and you love having people to see the use of certain products and how great it is, and you are good at that, then, you know, selling a product is excellent. So on the service part, again, you like helping people, you have something that you can share with them, you can teach them, there's knowledge, there's expertise, there's a lot of stuff that can make use of. And again, in a service, you can actually tailor your services according to, you know, your audience, according to the people you're trying to serve. So you have an ability to tailor your service. Product, of course, you can carry a product line, but again, it is, you know, a lot of times it's a general product. You see, there's a variety of different things that almost all of your online store is selling, right? You also, in terms of selling a product, you know, you have to set up an e-commerce store, which is done online. Everybody set up an e-commerce store, and e-commerce is simply because, you know, it's where they have the ability to go on there and, you know, purchase the product, pay online, and do all that stuff. So, you know, it's different techniques. Once again, on your service, it's a lot easier for them to pay for your service online. So this is the difference between both of those two. Once again, which one is better? It's all depends on you, which one you're most comfortable with, which one you're, you know, you're more of an expert at. You know, if you love products and you love the sales aspect of things, then go right ahead and do that one. Okay, so that is the first point between selling a product or selling a service. They're all great. You can make money on either side. There's a market for both of them, of course, at any given time, and you can always, you know, make money there. Now, the second point today, guys, is we want to talk about the expenses and the deductions, right? Now, think of this. If it's a business, of course, and you're selling a product or you're selling your services, it's just like any other typical business. It's like having a storefront or having an office. It's the same thing. The expenses are the same. You get to deduct the same expenses. You get to deduct your auto expenses if you have to use your card to go and get merchandise, merchandise products, or going to see a client or a customer. You get your auto expense deduction, guys. You know, you have bank accounts that you're dealing with. You get to deduct your bank fees. For the most part, a lot of this stuff is done on online, you know, pay service. So you got merchant fees that you have to pay either way, whether you have a storefront, whether you have an office space, or whether you're online. Same deductions are taken. You've got merchant fees that you got to deal with. All of your business insurances, you get to deduct those as well. Advertising, marketing, promotion, all that stuff, same way you put it into any other business. If you have an online business that you're selling a product or a service, you get to deduct the same things. Any type of marketing that you do, you get to deduct purchases of materials, supplies, all the stuff that you have to buy for your business, for it to operate. Again, whether it's product, whether it's a service, you get to deduct those things as an expense. If you have to travel for your business, same way, that's a deduction. Any type of meetings, education expenses, all that stuff is a deduction for you guys. If you have to pay for labor, you have to pay someone to help you. You have an assistant, or maybe, you know, even a general payroll. That's a deduction. It doesn't matter whether you're doing this business online or whether you have a brick and mortar place where there's office space or a storefront. Okay, so those deductions are still the same. Either way, and it doesn't matter if it's a service or a product-based business, whatever you spend money on to assist you in making the money that you are making through either your product or your service, that's what you get to deduct as those are expenses and those are deductions for your business. Okay, so that's the second point. So there's no distinction between the two, so it doesn't really matter, guys. And I get this question all the time. People saying, what can I deduct? Same thing. And I know because you're online, you may have a lot more expenses on, say, web-based services as well. You know, having a great website, having more maintenance on your website, having to update your website. For those of you who have a product, you're constantly probably adding different products to it, you know, constantly updating that stuff. So you would have to have a, you know, web-based person on board that you are dealing with. So of course, those expenses are a deduction. All right, so that's the second point today. Now, here is for the most intricate part of this conversation. Again, because you are in business, you are generating income, guys. The third point is going to talk about the tax effect of all this stuff. And, again, not because you're selling products or a service online, you're exempt from taxes. Not because you're doing that, you're exempt from taxes. It's all treated the same. It's all a business you're conducting. So you will. My third point today is how will you be taxed? That's the third point today, guys. You will be paying taxes on the revenue that you make. And that is the net revenue that you make. And that is whatever you make, which is your gross, subtract all those deductions we just talked about. And whatever that net profit is, that's what you're going to be paying your federal taxes, right? And if you, depending on what state you're in, that's what you're going to be paying your state taxes on. Okay, so there's no difference between your online business and your brick and mortar store. Whatever your net profit is, guys, you're going to have to pay federal taxes, and you're going to have to pay state taxes depending on what state you're in. Of course, there are some states that are exempt from state taxes, but depending on if you're in a taxable state, of course, you've got to pay taxes in that state. Okay, so that's the first one. The federal and state taxes is the same. It doesn't matter where you are, or how much, based on how much money you make, you got to pay those. And then one of the other taxes that I really want to touch on here, because this one is a little bit more complicated, a little bit more complex. There's a lot to it. I'm just going to give you guys some overview on it. You will have to pay sales taxes if you're selling a product, right? You have to pay sales taxes. Now, there are some states that are not, sales taxable. You got to find out where that is. And then because you're online, this is what really makes it complicated, because you're online. So a lot of people are confused as to when they pay sales taxes, where they collect the sales taxes, how much was the tax rate, how they have to collect the sales taxes. And again, like I said, it gets a little complicated with the sales tax issues, and a lot of folks doesn't understand how that work. But just keep in mind, one of the key things is your home state, right? Well, your home state. It's said that wherever you have a nexus, wherever you have a location. So you may have an office in one state, right? You may have an employee who's working out of another state. You might be based out of some other state. Wherever your nexus is, where you have a base, that's where you have to collect your sales taxes from. And so you guys have to determine how you're operating, where you're operating from, and then you have to look into that state and see what are the sales tax requirement. And most of all, you got to get the sales tax rate so that you can collect the right amount of sales taxes on the product that you are selling. Now, we can have a whole nother session on sales taxes, which definitely we can get into this session today. But I just want you guys to be aware that if you are selling online, again, I get a lot of questions on this. Do I collect sales taxes? How much do I collect, and where and how, this works? So just so you guys understand that based on where your location is, based on where you have a nexus, if you have an office in one place and employee in another, your sales taxes are determined by that state. And it gets collected, guys. Keep this in mind. Your sales taxes gets collected on the retail end. When you buy or sell wholesale, you don't have to worry about sales taxes. The person that does it on the retail end is the one that collects and pay the sales taxes, right? So again, sales taxes can be very complicated. It's a whole nother subject by itself. We could have a whole nother session on sales taxes. If you guys want to have a session on sales taxes, for those of you who have an online store, you guys, you can put that in the comment below, and we'll have a whole nother section on how you do the sales taxes, how you collect them, and how you pay them, and who you pay them to. Okay, so we can have a whole nother session on that as well. All right, so that is my 3 points today, guys. Let me go back and recap. What we are talking about today is making money online. Making money online. And the first point we talked about is whether what's the products versus services, which one should you do if you haven't already started. If you did, of course, you know which one you are doing. And again, they both can make money. It's which one you're the greatest at. If you're good at the services and you have something to sell that people is demanding, you can tailor your needs to what the clients the public needs. And if not, if you're great at sales and you love selling a product, then of course you can do that as well. So either one can make you a lot of money. So it doesn't really matter which one. They both have a different way of marketing and selling product or a service. Okay, but you can make money either way. Second point today, guys, is your expenses and deduction. Again, like any other business, whatever money you spend in whatever area you spend it in order to generate income is an expense deduction. Employees, auto, travel, meals, meeting, education, insurances, marketing, your promotion, your website, all that stuff is a deduction. Is a deduction. Any expense, labor costs, consultation. If you have to pay a professional for some consultation fees, licenses and permits that you have to pay for, all that stuff is a deduction. So guys, keep track of that stuff. Again, your accounting is very essential. Make sure you keep track of all those expenses so you can deduct them. And again, for my third point, which is how will you be taxed? The third point is how will you be taxed? And you are going to pay federal taxes. Again, it doesn't matter where you are, the feds got to get their money. You'll pay federal taxes on your net profit. So however much money you make online from your business. And I want to point this out, guys, a lot of the services and sales that is done online, you guys are using some third party that's collecting the money through. And one point here about these taxes, and I don't want to miss this point, is that there is going to be a form called a 1099K, which shows all the sales. You guys seen them from the merchant, from anybody that you use to process your monies through. This money gets reported, this form 1099K gets reported to the IRS, so they know how much money you make online. So you will have to make sure you deduct all those expenses, get to the net profit, and you'll pay federal taxes. You will pay state taxes, depending on what state you're in. And then third point today, which is a little bit more complicated, is the sales taxes. And again, the sales taxes is based on where your nexus is, where your home base is, where your office is, where your employees are. And you guys can find out from your state what the sales tax rates are and how that's going to affect your sales. Okay, so that's my 3 point today. Hi, Shiraz. You have a question over here. Let's see, what is this question? And wow, I don't know why I can see this. Can you blow it up? Does a deduction mean I will get money back at the end of the year? That's the thing about being in business. It's not whether you get money back at the end of the year. Deduction doesn't mean that you get money back at the end of the year. What the deduction does is it keeps you from paying a lot of taxes, right? Because just keep in mind, guys, getting money back is either through a credit that you are entitled to, or is through paying, maybe you pay estimated taxes and you overpay your estimated taxes, because that's, again, one thing we didn't discuss. If you make a lot of money, you got to pay estimated taxes into the government, so you don't owe them a lot at the end. So if you're paying more estimated taxes in and you take all your deductions and your net profit is lower than you estimated and you have more money paid in, you'll get money back. If you have credits, you can get money back. But ultimately, working for yourself, for the most part, the whole idea is making sure that all your deductions are taken so you pay less taxes in. This is why we want to track all those deductions. We don't want to leave anything on the table. You can pay less taxes in. So that's a great question. I have a lot of my business people show up and be like, okay, do I get a refund because I spent all this money setting up my business? Well, no, you don't get a refund because the government has no money sitting there for you. There's no credit and you haven't paid anything in. But you don't have to pay any money in. That's the key, right? And the more money you make, the more taxes you pay. However, if you keep track of your accounting records, you keep track of your deductions, you pay less. That's where we want to go today. All right. So that's my 3 point today, guys. Thanks for asking that question. I want you guys to hit like and share at the bottom of this video again. And I want you guys to, of course, you guys have had your notification on. So everybody is on here that jumping in. I want to thank all the people over here on IG. That's really awesome. And for some of my clients who have started their online business this year, I'm so proud of you guys. I've got several clients who have started online business. Excellent. And so you guys can keep that ball rolling. And of course, I want you guys to come back here every Tuesday and Thursday to get some more needed information, great information on how you can run your business, all kinds of tax savings information that everybody needs. The idea is to make money, not pay it all back to the government in taxes. Make sure you can keep more money in your pocket so you can continue to build wealth, right? This is what we want. So hit like and share on this video, guys, and leave a comment at the bottom. If you guys want any specific topic that we're not talking about here, again, Elaine, PROBY'S CEO, PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. Give us a call at 323-290-9034 or visit our website at probystacks.com. I want to remind you guys that coming up on the 24th, I will be having a free session, guys, within the Tips from Elaine's book Facebook book group. We're going to have a free session on reasons why you should start a business. 10 reasons why you should start a business. There's going to be a lot of points that you're going to get from there. And after that, I'm sure you guys will be ready to start a business. And next month, I will have another session just to teach you guys how to get your business started in just 5 days, right? So we're going to look forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there again. Thanks for jumping on here today. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And with that said, I'll be up out of here. I want you guys to take care of each other and take care of yourself. See you later. Bye-bye.